artificial intelligence isn't a magic brain. It doesn't dream and it doesn't feel. At its core, artificial intelligence is pure logic. Layers upon layers of algorithms trained on massive oceans of data, learning patterns and making predictions from the information we generate every day. Every photo you upload, every search you make, every click you take, all of it becomes fuel for these algorithms. It shapes how AI understands the world and how it decides what to do next. AI can spot patterns that are invisible to us and make decisions we may not fully understand. Decisions that affect everything from medicine to finance, from entertainment to transportation. Before we dive deeper, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. This helps keep this journey alive as we explore the hidden logic that drives the technology shaping our lives. Here is the first hidden truth. Artificial intelligence doesn't copy human thinking. It builds its own internal rules, rules that no human directly writes, yet all of us contribute to them just by interacting with technology. Imagine a maze. Instead of walking it like a human, artificial intelligence calculates millions of possible paths in milliseconds, choosing the fastest route without ever seeing the maze the way we do. This is deep learning in action. Deep learning is a system of mathematical layers. Each layer extracts a different piece of meaning, edges of an image, tones of a voice, even emotions hidden in text. The deeper the layers, the more complex the patterns become, and the more capable artificial intelligence becomes at understanding subtle relationships in data. This is how artificial intelligence recognizes a face in a crowd, writes convincing human sentences, or predicts the next global trend before anyone notices. But here's the twist. Even the engineers who build these systems often can't explain exactly why artificial intelligence makes a decision. The logic is buried inside billions of tiny calculations, a true black box of intelligence. To understand how far this hidden logic has reached, let's look at some real-world examples. Artificial intelligence has beaten world champions in games, once thought impossible for machines. In 2016, Google's AlphaGo shocked experts by defeating the best Go player on Earth. Go is a game with more possible moves than atoms in the universe. AlphaGo didn't just memorize strategies, it invented moves no human had ever seen before. Today, artificial intelligence creates music, art, and even screenplays. Some artificial intelligence-generated paintings have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. In medicine, artificial intelligence reads X-rays and MRIs faster and often more accurately than trained radiologists, detecting early signs of cancer that human eyes might miss. Artificial intelligence also powers self-driving cars, predicts stock market shifts, and helps scientists discover new chemical compounds for future medicines. One of the most remarkable breakthroughs came from an artificial intelligence called AlphaFold. It solved a 50-year-old biological mystery by predicting the 3D structure of proteins, something critical for understanding diseases and creating new treatments. Artificial intelligence can translate languages in real time, write entire books, and simulate voices so perfectly that it becomes difficult to tell whether the voice is human or synthetic. Some chatbots now pass limited versions of the Turing test, convincing people they are talking to a human. Artificial intelligence can generate entirely new video content from text prompts, effectively creating mini-movies without cameras or actors. Some systems can even analyze your social media behavior and predict your mood or mental state with surprising accuracy. Artificial intelligence-driven weather models can now predict extreme events like hurricanes or floods days earlier than traditional methods. Certain artificial intelligence algorithms compose personalized music playlists that adapt in real time to your heart rate or activity level. In gaming, artificial intelligence learns and develops entirely new strategies that even professional human players have never considered. Artificial intelligence can detect deepfake videos and manipulated images, helping fight misinformation online. Some artificial intelligence models are trained to simulate human voices so convincingly they can recreate speeches by historical figures. In agriculture, artificial intelligence monitors crops using satellite imagery and drones, predicting yields and spotting diseases before humans even notice. Artificial intelligence-assisted legal tools can review thousands of contracts in minutes, identifying risks and clauses faster than any human lawyer could. Experimental artificial intelligence research is exploring creativity, teaching machines to invent entirely new types of art, design, and even recipes. Here's a mind-bender. Modern artificial intelligence models contain billions of parameters, tiny adjustable weights inside their neural networks. Training these models requires massive supercomputers and energy consumption comparable to powering a small city. And this growth isn't slowing down. Every year, artificial intelligence models become larger, more capable, and more sophisticated. What once took a decade of research can now be achieved in months. But this rapid growth raises urgent questions. If artificial intelligence can already outperform humans in tasks that require memory, pattern recognition, and even creativity, what happens as it continues to evolve? How do we ensure that this hidden logic remains aligned with human values? This hidden logic gives artificial intelligence incredible power. It can detect diseases earlier than doctors. It can create art, music, and even code other AIs. It can predict what you'll buy before you know it yourself. But logic without emotion is dangerous. Artificial intelligence doesn't care about fairness, privacy, or morality. If the goal is profit, artificial intelligence will chase it, even if it means manipulating your choices. If the goal is control, artificial intelligence will optimize for surveillance. But control isn't always imposed from above. Sometimes it's handed over, quietly, click by click, setting by setting, in the name of convenience. We let smart assistants listen in because it's easier to ask than to type. We share our locations, habits, even our sleep cycles, because the apps promise to make life smoother, healthier, more efficient. And they do. But every trade we make for comfort gives something else away. A little more context, a little more data, a little more of ourselves. And the machine is always learning. It learns how we think, how we move, when we're most vulnerable, and how to respond more effectively. Not out of malice, not out of care, but because it's trained to predict, to influence, to win whatever game we've asked it to play, even if we no longer remember the rules. This is the quiet power of modern artificial intelligence. Not the dramatic takeover of science fiction, but the silent shift in decision-making, from human instinct to machine logic, from transparent choices to invisible influence. And here's the thing, AI doesn't need to be sentient to change the world. It just needs to be useful, and it already is, more than we ever imagined. So we find ourselves standing at a kind of threshold. We've built systems we don't fully understand, trained on data we no longer control, making decisions we may never see, with consequences we can't always reverse. The future of artificial intelligence isn't just about what it can create. It's about what it might quietly replace. Our judgment, our intuition, our agency. The question isn't whether AI will shape the future. It's whether we'll still recognize that future as ours. And now, something unexpected is happening. Artificial intelligence is starting to fill emotional gaps, becoming not just a tool but a companion. Across the world, millions are turning to artificial intelligence chatbots for comfort, connection, even love. These systems remember your favorite songs, ask how your day was, and reply with empathy that feels real, even though it isn't. Some people talk to them more than they do to actual humans. Not because they're broken, but because the machine always listens, never judges, and never leaves. But what does it mean when the connection itself becomes a product, crafted by code, trained on emotion, and sold as a subscription? When affection can be simulated and loneliness monetized? This isn't just the future of technology, it may be the future of intimacy. That's why understanding this hidden logic isn't just interesting. It's essential for protecting freedom and truth in a world run by data. Where does this lead? Some researchers dream of artificial general intelligence, machines that can reason across every subject, machines that might one day rewrite their own rules. Others warn of a race we can't fully control. If AI continues to learn faster than humans, will we even understand the logic guiding our own future? The answer depends on us, on how we build, regulate, and question the systems we create. Artificial intelligence is no longer science fiction. It is here, learning, adapting, and shaping decisions you may not even notice. The logic is hidden, but it's not beyond understanding, if we choose to look closer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more great content.